So you're also the TikTok boy.
Yes, TikTok and Twitter boy. And now it's just a lot of these content stop farms. It's because Elon basically monetized botting, or at least made it very profitable to bot on Twitter. Because do you have any good feature ideas? Maybe like if you want anything added to the browser, maybe you could pull some strings.
Do you find there's an optimal time for tweets? Or...
Are you actually oiling up?
It's gonna be recorded on Friday.
Alright lads, welcome back to Midweek MC, the part of the podcast where I sit down with an amazing co-host every single week. However, sadly, this week again, AJX can't make it due to a last minute emergency, but it's fine, don't worry, because we've got someone who has never co-hosted the podcast before, however, has come on as a guest. I am joined with Jack Cass.
Hello everybody.
How are you today?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. How does it feel? How does it feel to be sitting on this side of the chairs?
It is interesting. It was quite last minute.
Very last minute.
I was just chilling, playing Jump Dash, and then all of a sudden just get them saying, "Hey, do you want to cast?" Yeah, sure, why not? Like, it's just a bit of fun. So yeah, it is interesting to be back and the other side. Yeah, definitely.
Well, I know you can be quite loud and quite funny, and that's perfect because it matches today's guest, Jack, doesn't it? Really?
Yes.
We are joined with the Opera GX admin, Twitter boy.
Hello. How are you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing good.
Doing quite good myself as well. Thank you.
You said before the podcast started, but I'm going to re-ask it just for the sake of it. How is it do you pronounce your actual, I guess, IGN or like your own personal account name?
Username, yeah.
Username, that's the one.
Yeah. Quite weird to like use my normal account. Normally just people go like, yeah, this is Opera GX guy, right? No need to like sugarcoat in any way. You can actually say Marshall if you want like the proper pronunciation, but
Marshall.
No, Morkel is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Marshall. Oh no, I said that
That's
right.
pretty good actually.
Marshall.
Oh shit, that one was almost perfect.
Way better, yeah.
Damn.
You know what? You can call them whatever you like, Jack. I think I'm going to stick to Twitter boy just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
I don't want to offend anyone by pronouncing it wrong, so...
I'm being called Twitter boy by my friends, okay? That works.
Yeah.
Oh, it's perfect then. Great. So you're used to it. You know we're referring to... I mean, you knew that anyways, but no.
Of course.
So Twitter boy, for the sake of the podcast, as like an introduction here, who are you? What do you do? Maybe a fun fact even if you'd like. Just a little intro for yourself here, rather than us just saying that you're the Opera GX admin.
Well, intro. All right. So, hey, I've been managing the Opera GX account for, almost exactly 1.5 years now. I got taken on the company at the ripe old age of 19, and I've been working ever since. This is actually my first job. Yeah, didn't have any like experience going into it, and I was hired as a community intern. Initially, just managing the Minecraft server, so we got the Minecraft connection. Now it's on brand of Opera GX. Yeah, we used to have a Minecraft server actually for the Discord community. Didn't have like 2 numbers, but it was quite fun while it lasted.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah. Then afterwards, some time passed. I took on the social intern position, initially just Twitter, and then branched out to TikTok as well. And now we're operating both socials with a small team, and of course also looking to like kind of expand. For a fun fact, first post on the Opera GX account was the first tweet I've ever made.
Wow.
Oh.
That's a fact.
Wait, when was the Opera GX Twitter account made specifically? Let's have a look here. It was made on April 2021, so it's actually very, very fairly recent.
Yes, so the account itself was made like before I got hired at the company, definitely like a year before I got hired too, right? Yeah, and I think took on in September of that year. So I think the account had like around, I want to say like 40k followers at that time when I took over, and after that we farmed up the account, got the daily post started at that point. And ever since since I took over, we've had at least 1 post every single day.
Wow.
And then you've accumulated from 40,000 to a mere 1.1 million followers, which is kind of crazy, a little bit crazy. So when
it was great to see. Like the growth was pretty unexpected. At first, we just kind of wanted to start doing some more fun stuff on the account because you guys know Wendy's, right? They did it kind of first in 2017, I think, or 2016, starting the kind of unhinged brand tweets that everybody at that time celebrated.
Didn't they take it too far at one point as well?
Yeah, I quickly grew tired of, right? And then the whole campaign started with the silence brand and everything, and they kind of stopped doing that. Or actually, they're still doing it, just like very interspaced, like once every 2 weeks.
I'm thinking of it was Burger King that took it too far because they made the woman tweet, and it's just like, that's not a way to promote your brand, is it? So
I think that was actually meant seriously.
I don't know what it was, but it was just.
It was probably just like just completely like misworded in a sense.
Yeah, completely misworded. They meant to say they want to get more women working in their restaurants, and thus on I think it was World Women's Day as well. They were saying women belong in the kitchen in a way wherein they don't mean like like, they should go back to the and then they explained it in a comment, but you know, everybody took it away already.
Yeah,
Like
wording
I have
that
just
can be taken 2 ways.
Exactly.
Not the best one. Yeah, I think at the time, like the most famous tweet we did, or definitely the one with the most likes, you can still see it in the highlights tab as well, is of course the men kissing profile picture we did during Pride Month last year.
Oh gosh.
Do you plan to return that this year, or have you got another idea?
So pretty hard to top, right? I mean, like, what do you follow up here? I mean, we wanted to basically set an example against kind of other brands that really just, you know, put in a pride flag half-heartedly, essentially kind of coloring their flag in a different color without actually implementing anything for people of the LGBTQ community in their own brand. Like, I mean, there's big brands celebrating it while secretly not supporting any kind of LGBTQ charity in the slightest or something. Just kind of wanted to make fun of that sort of behavior that at 1 second past midnight on the last day of June, they immediately switch back to the regular logo. And yeah, I think that was a pretty effective strat.
There's I guess a fun fact, and it doesn't really matter because the Discord is literally gone into lockdown mode because I don't want it anymore. That's not I don't want it. But my personal Discord for like the Insane Orbits channel, it's had the pride flag logo since last year, and I've just never changed it. It's just always been the one that companies use, I guess, or a slightly altered version of it, and it's just stayed the same all year long. So I was like, I might as well just keep it. So when it comes to like Pride Month, people are gonna look at it and think, they've changed it. But fun fact, it's been like that ever since last year. So no, I'm not changing it for the sake of it. I just kept it because I actually quite like it with the flag. It's like me looking at like the left side of the flag, and it matches really, really well. So I like it.
Yes, a lot of people, or not a lot of people, a lot of devs that also include the option to switch, for example, the app icon or something on iOS to a different color. And it's also pretty cool, for example, when I think apps like Matic or I think even Reddit or something allow you to actually change the logo to like a pride one anytime you want. You know, it's not like super forced or anything. And I feel like this is kind of a cool approach.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's fair enough. Yeah.
To clear something up off the bat heading, you mentioned it at the start, just to make sure. So you're also the TikTok boy.
Yes, TikTok and Twitter boy.
Okay, because a
Not
lot of people,
X-boy,
that's
ever
what a lot of
X-boy.
people are curious about. Why did you run the TikTok account? So you are the person we see in the TikTok.
Yeah, we don't really have the budget for like 2 people, so gotta do all the socials.
So you run the show.
Yeah.
Basically, now we actually have a small team that helps create posts every day, and it's pretty fun. It's like a very cool creative process.
Creative process. That's a very creative, like just like process. Just like, hey, new day. What can we do? What can we post?
That is exactly how it works. Like, we're just in a Discord channel, either that or using the very professional Slack group, of course. And, you know, just send in posts that we like, that we find funny that day, ideate around it. I'm personally in the office. Not everybody in the team is. Some are located all across the world, actually.
Okay.
And yeah, it's a very global company. Like, we got a bunch of people from like, we got one guy from Spain, some people from the UK working, for example, for Game Maker, a lot of them. Generally, like a lot of different branches. Like, we have one in Spain, in Poland, actually 2 in Poland, one in Wrocław, one in Warsaw, one in the UK, and of course the main one for regular opera in Norway.
I mean, it sounds like a very creative job, but then how did you first discover this like job opportunity for opera? Like, did it just come out of the sky, or?
So I was working with a YouTuber that was kind of releasing memes online, like YouTube Shorts content and so on.
Yeah.
And I was part of the editing team, and Opera at the time collaborated with them to run some get some inspiration for memes and stuff like that. Basically having some made for them from actual meme makers, which was a pretty nice gesture. And through that, I just learned that they were looking for that they had a position open essentially for an intern that initially was also, I think, community or design or something. So I just applied, got the job, and ever since I've been at Opera.
So it's definitely grown over the past few years, definitely since like the rise of like social media and just like growing as like a brand, and just obviously with like the excess amount of followers now for both Twitter and TikTok.
It's been super awesome. Like, especially I think once the thing I enjoy most about this is going to conventions and actually meeting up with, for example, creators that know our Twitter account, even follow us, or that we've sponsored in the past, as well as just meeting some people that, you know, recognize one when you're just wearing an Opera GX hoodie. For example, at TwitchCon, there were people like coming up to me and asked for an autograph, and I was like, what the hell? This is crazy.
Are you going to TwitchCon this year?
I plan on, yes.
Hey, let's go.
We're both going. So.
Oh, nice. Paris or also the other one?
We're going to one in Rotterdam. That's this year's one.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah. I forgot it wasn't Paris. It was the one.
No, I went to Paris
Netherlands.
last year as well. It was
Yeah,
just,
same.
it's just there's no experience like, because also I haven't really been to many like conventions in the past, I guess. Like I think I went to one that was really like little, but then TwitchCon Paris was like, right, the second tickets come out, I'm going, and then I just went and just didn't regret. It was just really cool. Like, obviously the travel there was really hard, like just painful because it is just so packed. But I think Rotterdam will be, obviously it's harder to get to Rotterdam than it is to Paris because you can just get a train to Paris, but this time I think it'll be really really, like just a lot less cramped, just a lot more just free.
Also currently looking into maybe going to VidCon, which of course would be pretty cool.
All
That's
right.
in
Okay.
Anaheim, definitely farther
Anaheim,
away.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
you know,
I've
it's
been
definitely
to
bigger.
America, yeah.
See, same as Jack, last TwitchCon in Paris was my first one. But see, the thing is, right, I say this story a lot, but I'm gonna narrow it down really quickly here because it's getting a bit repetitive every podcast now. With TwitchCon, I joined this community coming up on a year ago now, but I think it's like sometime in March or late April I officially joined. I met Jack at TwitchCon, but we didn't really interact because we knew each other, but we hadn't really talked loads. This year, I'm looking forward to a lot more now because my old community, none of them went to Twitch. I actually, to be fair, I went with a creator called Potato Pie 25, so that was fun. I met him there. But like the new community, there's more people going from this one that I'm in now to TwitchCon, so I think it's going to be a lot more of a fun experience. So I'm looking forward to this one a lot more than last year's, and I think you're probably the same as well, Jack. I can imagine.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of people actually just know now, just like as a friend, instead of just like, oh, I know of them, but not actually know them in a sense.
Yeah, so it'll be fun for
I
interactions.
actually used the last TwitchCon, the one in Vegas, to link up with one of the people that I interacted on Twitter with. You may have seen him, King Mike.
You met King Mike? Oh, isn't that like another like shitpost? I guess like to put it bluntly, shitpost account.
Yeah, definitely like a troll account. It was pretty cool to meet up with him, for example, and a bunch of other kind of influencers that also went there. And of course, B2B connections, I guess. This was also very fun. Also, I saw Germa, so that was awesome. That was so cool, man. That was my highlight of the whole experience.
Because I've got a hotel reserved for San Diego. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go though.
Ow.
Because the thing is, right, what I do, Jack, is I go onto booking.com and I pay like maybe £50 or £60 extra just to have it so it's free cancellation up until last minute.
Okay.
So what I've done is I found a hotel for like £450 for like 5 nights. I don't know how I've done it. It's like a 20-minute walk from the convention.
Wow.
But flights are like £800, so it's like I need to kind of buck up the flight money.
Careful
first.
with that though, because it's happened with me for a friend, especially with Airbnb this time round. I've had people who have booked Airbnbs for Rotterdam. I'm just saying a hotel, but they booked them before like it was officially announced. But then after it was officially announced, the hosts cancelled on them, but then had dates free, and then just made it more expensive. It was just like that is just insane.
Oh no, I mean I don't say an Airbnb. This is like an actual official hotel, and I booked it after the dates got announced. So same with Rotterdam. I'm paying like I think like £60 extra for pay when you get there, just so I can buck up like the money. Well, I have the money now, but just to make sure I have a bit of savings beforehand and then pay it there.
That's
and then
fair,
kind of like money manage a little bit. So
That is crazy greedy behavior to actually cancel people that have actually reserved already just to make an extra mark. I feel like this would also go against policy, but damn.
it probably does. There probably is something there that says you can't I like cancel last minute maybe.
So how's it with travel from the UK to Rotterdam?
It's all right. I mean, from where I live, I have to take a plane to Amsterdam and then a train from Amsterdam to Rotterdam because there's no flights to Rotterdam directly for most places in the UK. So, but that's okay. It's like as long as I can get there somehow. It's like because I trust trains, I trust planes. It's just like it's fine.
I'm getting a Eurostar from London.
That's fair. I was going to do that, but then going there's fine. Coming back, there's no trains on the Monday because I need to get back that week.
Oh yeah, of course. I remember saying like I'm coming back on Tuesday, that's why I can.
There you go. Yeah.
I guess reeling this back in then because we were very very off topic there. But I mean, it's good. It's casual conversation. Start the podcast, and I mean, we are still doing the podcast. It's not like we're just having a little chat here. It's still kind of relevant because you're also going to TwitchCons. I guess it builds hype for anyone listening that you get to meet Twitter Boy at TwitchCon. No way.
Yes, sir. Big collab, big Orbits and Twitter Boy collab happening at TwitchCon.
Jack Cass as
I'm
well.
here too, by the way.
Yeah, don't forget Jack. Poor Jack.
That's fine, alright.
With kind of more the Twitter stuff, because just to learn more about that is. So you said it was your first ever tweet and it was your first ever job. So I know they were looking for an apprenticeship and like how I think it was apprenticeship you mentioned. There's another word in
Yeah, internship. Yeah,
internship. That's the one. Sorry. So it was an internship, and you got the job. You started making tweets, but like how? I mean, just of all people, and not in a negative way, but why you if you had no prior experience to social media management? Or no? I mean, obviously it paid off clearly, but why?
Well, I've definitely had experience in the online space. I've been creating content for a couple of years now. I think ever since I was like 14, 15, I just started making and posting memes online, both like mixed platforms, like on YouTube, on Instagram, here and there. Reddit as well, of course, very, very good platform. Yippee. And I think I just got the experience. And at the time in the team, I was just, I guess, the one that was best cut out for managing such a platform, such a brand platform. And I mean, the value was, of course, quickly seen in those kinds kind of tweets with the kind of attention that was built up around our account. And it's kind of funny when people assume, like I've seen tweets from people both good and bad that say like, wow, this is such a like insane analytical team must be behind this account, so like cool. And then of course other accounts saying like, wow, this is just a big corpo scheme to manipulate you. It's like a board of directors is sitting behind this one, just making all of these tweets to manipulate the user base. Look at that. They saw out of touch, probably like 40-year-olds. It's just like, nah, man, like me and two guys.
Yeah.
What do you want?
If I've done my maths right, you're 20, 21, I want to say.
Yeah, 20.
There you go. So you're same age as me, and you're just a silly 20-year-old guy shit posting on Twitter, and people are like, oh my god, it's this big scheme. And even then, right, if it's a big scheme, it's not like it's unsuccessful. You know, like it's clearly working.
Yeah.
So even if it was, you got to give big props to it there. Like it's a different tactic. I mean, it was a risky tactic. Let's be real with that. To post from an official brand account, all the stuff you posted, it is very risky, but it paid off clearly. And it's funny because I know, like you said, that Wendy's done it back in 2017 or 2018 or whatever. But you don't really remember Wendy's. I don't really remember that. I kind of, when I look at your, like what you've done with Opera GX, it's kind of seen as like an original first time kind of set that. I mean, I got a lot of replies to Twitter asking how does it feel to reshape the whole brand account promotion experience, even though it's been done before. No one really remembers that. It's normally, it's like, have you ever heard that silly saying of like, no one remembers the second man on the moon, right? But then in this case, like people remember you more than the first person who did it.
Possibly at the moment. I mean, there's definitely still people kind of drawing stuff to Wendy's, but right now I'm just kind of happy to see that our account has managed to stay up and stay engaged for that long. Because if you take a look at Wendy's, you know, they got half a year, I guess, of their lifespan, and then kind of got booted out of the internet, and now their impressions are like heavily down. And I'm pretty sure that there actually was a larger team of people behind this sort of account, because everything they did was calculated. With our account, I can just say it feels real because it is real. Like most of the posts are not planned with anybody or in some sort of special way kind of drafted up beforehand. There's no, you know, like super in-depth control behind anything where we, for example, reply to people. It is really just, you know, a few people behind the account posting what they think is generally funny and what we think works on the account. And I think that's a huge difference from companies that actually have like a real deep strategy behind everything, trying to maximize, I don't know, user attention, user retention, brand reputation. We take actual risks sometimes, and sometimes the people that we, for example, make fun of on our socials that totally deserve it in some sort of way. It was not like premeditated in any sort of way. It's generally like how we react. It's not some like people that we hired to say this sort of stuff in our comments.
So it's essentially you just tweeting from your own account but on the brand account.
I mean, I use more than my own account.
No, but that's what I mean. It makes sense because like obviously Opera GX is also going to get more impressions. It's going to get more traction. I mean, looking at your private account, you do get a lot of like interaction on your tweets, but compared to the Opera GX account where you might quote retweet something and it gets like 30,000-40,000 likes. I mean, Jack, we've seen it with Kratzy as of recently.
Yes.
He's been quote retweeting like do you know the one that where, because the Opera GX account did it as well, where it's like the space and it's like, oh, what can I put in here?
What to do with this space? Yes.
Yeah. These are great.
There's a quantum creator called Dave Kratzy who's been quote retweeting it, and he's done it twice with two different images on Minecraft stuff, and it's just been farming impressions. But whereas if I did that on my account, the exact same tweet, it wouldn't do as well. But then if I did that on the InsideMC account, which is I guess my brand account, it'd get more interactions essentially. Not as much as you guys, but it'd get more kind of thing.
The Twitter algorithm is very weird right now and ever changing since Elon Musk took over. Basically, the kind of algorithm that we try to chase, of course, as content creators is shifting a lot, especially on Twitter. And I mean, you can't deny it. There's a lot more bots. There's a lot more scams going on. A lot more kind of rehashing old tweets to get more attention, and also just engagement farming in general, which is pretty sad to see. Like the platform is qualitatively, let me say that, it's just going downhill quality-wise, basically.
Yeah.
And
deteriorating.
Deteriorating, of course.
I can't even say that probably.
I would say the platform has an existential crisis right now, just because, you know, the old people are leaving. A lot of people are moving on to Blue Sky, going to Instagram or even TikTok with their content now, simply because it's not sustainable. It's still kind of the market square of the world, and where all the brands put out all the latest updates, where all the text tweets are hosted. But, you know, all in all, it is no longer becoming this great of a space to advertise or to just be around. It's also more dangerous. Like the amount of like death threats you get and the kind of negative attention.
There's a lot of divide from like the moment.
That you get at the moment is kind of insane.
That's because it's not managed properly. I mean, it's freedom of speech, right? But then it's not really speech.
It's freedom of speech, and then there's just
freedom of hate, I guess.
Towards someone,
Yes.
When you said bots, what instantly came to mind was my link in bio. That's the most popular one right now. Every reply. I did one on the podcast account. I was very proud of it. My podcast casting bio. It was very, very
But even
funny.
then, yeah, people have used that format to like just gain their own impressions because it is just a joke, just making the joke of something that already is like existing on the platform. So it's just like, oh, this is like a bot. That'll make it funny, so people can say that's that's pretty funny actually because it's mocking something that's a serious. Well, it's not a serious issue, but like a problem with the platform it's currently on.
Crazy. Yeah, it's also just like so many kind of accounts turning generic. Like we've had some fun gimmick accounts some time ago, and some of these just have rebranded to very generic versions of themselves with like AI generated profile pictures, and instead of being a site that just hosts very specific types of memes, it just becomes to slob hub, kind of posting some news videos sometimes, some nice misinformation, some good engagement bait, like posting some people getting discriminated, going like, do you want what this country has come to, or some like very blatant stuff to get people to interact or interact because they actually dislike the content.
Yeah, there's one account, I think, I don't know what it's called, I'll try and find it as I go on, but there's an account on Twitter where it just posts the most random videos and it just gains like hundreds of thousands of impressions, but then normally you just see a tweet like, oh, that's pretty funny, let's see what people replied with, but then there's just so many bots in the replies which just videos that don't correlate. It's just like I have to scroll for so long to actually find real people who actually try to be funny to the reply of that video. It's just like, it is just lots, like, just it's not fun anymore really, where it's just like you're just posting videos for the sake of just interactions.
To add to that quickly as well. Oh, sorry, just quickly to add to that before you say your thing, is like I remember seeing a reply to one of those tweets, so like a quote retweet or whatever. It goes, I miss the days when Twitter was the comments were actually reacting to the tweet, not just crap posting underneath it, which is like, it's true. And like you said, all you see is people posting their own videos, or I think is it the history vids account? I know that's one.
History and memes, that's what it is.
Yeah.
History
Oh,
and
yeah,
memes,
yeah,
that's
All
what it
they've been
is.
posting is like
That's the account.
football stuff, right? Because they know it farms impressions, and then when you go underneath, it's like people posting their own. There's two different versions of that account actually, and I'm speaking about the wrong one right now when I say the football.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, there's another one where they post like football clips, but this one they'll post something about history, and then you'll see a bunch of replies also about the same history, but not reacting to the tweet, just posting their own different things, and most of the time it gets hidden by the account as well. If you go into the hidden, it's all like it's because it's the same bot over and over, and it's like,
Yes.
why?
Yeah.
I mean, back in the day, we actually had fun bots. Twitter still had a functioning API where it was like,
Yes.
the nice celebrity flight tracker, personal favorite of mine, or just having, for
Yeah.
example, what was it? I think the quotes generator bot, which actually is active again. I'm very, very glad about that because it was a very funny bot. And now it's just a lot of these content stop farms. It's because Elon basically monetized botting, or at least made it very profitable to bot on Twitter. Because if a bot spams some interesting content that is very generic, appeals to the most amount of people, under like, the big guys, like Kira, Hurricane, Berto, Daily Loud, these kind of accounts that get a lot of impressions every post, and spam with like 3 replies, they're not going to get banned. And thanks to Twitter Blue, they're actually elevated above the regular users. They might get some impressions on their content, and they usually quote retweet or quote comment their own posts, so they get double impressions. Anybody that watches a vid of that comment, so it attributes 1 view to both the comment as well as the original post, which is the kind of strat that they're working with, which thanks to Twitter Blue gives them money per month. So I know that at the start of the campaign, some of my friends, some of the like larger accounts, were actually making like 100k or something per month.
Wow.
from stuff like that. Like in just in the first month, of course, like this was just for Elon to push and get creators on the platform such as Mr. Beast. And now it's basically just a lot of these like bot and content farms that are making minuscule sums of like maybe $150. But it costs nothing to run, so might as well.
Yeah, it's just like low risk, not in a sense, but like low risk, low reward in a sense. But like even then, it's just not costing anything. It's just
It's just,
yeah, but the kind of damage it does, kind of damning, because of course some of these posts might get big, and these videos are often posted without context, are decidedly made to be either misinforming or kind of rage bait, so people interact with it. And oftentimes, this comes off in the form of purposefully being racist, purposefully being sexist or homophobic, just to basically bait people into debating in the comments. And every comment that gets made there also brings it higher up in the For You page. It's more people to interact, kind of a cascade essentially, which is just, I think, very damning for online conversation at all. And Twitter was not known to be a nice place ever, I think. But now it's just been a place that's kind of overrun half with bots and half with toxic.
Would you say that community notes is a good add to Twitter?
Oh yeah, that's the only good addition. This is really one of the best editions.
Because it unmonetizes
And of course, uploading
as well,
whole
doesn't it?
movies.
Yes.
Uploading whole movies, great. I watch. Actually, I'm not gonna admit what I watched.
You didn't watch anything. You haven't done anything illegal. You just saw
I've not
them
done
and
anything.
you scrolled straight past.
You heard nothing.
Universal, screw you. You got nothing on me.
You have no proof. You were gonna actually say you've seen a bunch of movies, but you watched the trailers. There we go. So
No, I watched a bunch of movies so I could report them them immediately so they can take
so
it down.
Community note them as well.
Yeah, I wrote a bunch of community notes
if
there.
you report it, I might as well just watch the entire thing and then report it.
Just to make sure it's actually the movie.
It's actually the movie, right? Actually, we got a DMCA takedown from Nintendo when we made a joke about posting the whole Mario Brothers movie at the time when it released.
Oh,
wow.
Put that tweet down?
They took it down, yeah. So basically, I did like think the first 30 seconds of the movie. It was actually not even the movie. It was just a generic Universal intro, which can just be found on YouTube. But it was the same one that was used for the Mario movie essentially. And I cut that, and immediately after this one ends, it cuts to the exact movie length of this. I think was either troll music or some other kind of gacha video.
Yeah.
And it got taken down by Universal after like a couple of hours. And to this point, at this point, many other accounts had retweeted it, kind of saying that it's the real one, just to get more impressions as well. So it was like a super huge post. But yeah, I just woke up one morning with a DMCA request. It was in my Gmail as well, straight up from Nintendo. I don't know if it was the real Nintendo because it was like a weird office that I don't know if there's an actual Nintendo office there. Could have just been like one filed by mistake or something because it didn't watch the whole thing. But it actually got retracted after a couple of hours. So we're safe. No money lost.
Let's go.
No money gain, no money lost. Low risk, low reward. There we
Low
go.
risk, low reward. Yes, sir.
I'm sorry.
I'm very proud to admit we have not participated in the creator program. We are not taking any money from Elon.
Oh, but you're verified though. Your OperaGX is a verified because it's an organization on X. Do you not get money for that? Or can you choose not to opt into the creator program then?
You can choose to not opt in. Yes.
Oh, okay. So I thought you automatically got opted in when you paid for it. Because I know bought Twitter Blue. I've been so tempted so many times by because just for more words really, but I refuse to.
The crazy thing is you still see ads. You pay like 1K quid a month to Elon, but you still get the most generic AI generated ads, or I even get ads for like Edge and Chrome. Like, come on.
I had to change my password the other day because like when you're scrolling through Twitter, I noticed like bot ads pop up. As I was scrolling and I clicked down on my phone to scroll, obviously for like and I clicked onto one of the ads and it just pulled up and I was like, oh god. I was like, you know what, just to be better safe than sorry, I had to change all my passwords and stuff, and it's just like it was a silly. But I mean, I could have been fine. I could have been completely fine, but just to be safe, because do you know the bot ads? Like I think I saw one the other day which was like there's an ad from a bot and it just said my birthday, and it's like, why is that being promoted to me? Why is that an ad on Twitter right now? I don't really understand where it's going.
Yeah, I hate these ads where they just have a live stream of my house running. I hate those.
What?
Like, a bit weird.
I've not seen one of those. Is it AI generated or is it real?
Yeah,
I
just
can
scroll
see
through it.
myself waving, like when I wave outside the window, I can see it on the ad. So that's kind of like it's a weird targeting. I don't know what they want from me, but that's whatever.
I have a question here from AJX. So he messaged me and he said I want you to ask at least one question because he's also the head of marketing for his company. And it says,
I'm not giving up any secret. Minimum fee 5K per hour. Counseling. Please hit me up over my email.
We'll see if you can answer this then. I'm going to read it word for word what he said. How long did it take to change the idea of how to use social media for the company, making it funny instead of serious?
The initial idea, I think, of hosting memes came on pretty quick. I just said, we can post brand stuff right now on a 40K follower account, get like 5K view and 100 likes, and that's going to be the end of it. We can make the best brand posts of all time, but at the end of the day, we are a browser. It's a tool people use. It's not exactly something they get vested in a lot, like their favorite movie franchise, or when a new game comes out, they post stuff on their accounts. That's like the stuff people get excited about. Of course, we can make cool features, we can make playlists, but it's at the end of the day, it's not going to be something people really flock to an account. What they want is to be entertained on an account.
Yes.
And it is not fair to not provide this sort of entertainment, but then expect views. And I think any person that claims to be able to make an account go viral just by posting whatever doesn't really know what they're doing. And I think like most social media gurus probably really don't know how to grow stuff either. It's a lot more easy to promote yourself as a person than a brand, because a brand is a corporation. You don't exactly want to help a big corp. Weird, right? So this is basically my pitch initially when I took over the account, saying said we post gaming focused memes, culture focused memes. I mean, we are a browser after all. That's the browser partners, and just kind of post some sillies on the brand account. We started doing that. Of course, we were also still doing the product post at that time, and then kind of pivoted to a more extreme version. I think it took like 2 or 3 months to really catch on. I think by the first huge post we had, which was on the 14th of February, which was I think our Valentine's Day. Yeah. Actually, no. The first huge post we had over 100K was on the 1st of April. So it's actually coming up.
Spot on.
April Fools. What was it then? What was it? Because it's obviously a fake tweet.
The April Fool's campaign was on the day before April Fool's. I posted basically that I got fired from the account. I posted, I guess, fairly realistic, like slip of paper, like a what's it called? Not like a document of severance.
Just you got fired essentially, I guess.
Essentially, yeah, like the
Yeah.
document, and on the bottom it also says stuff like, this is bound by NDA, not to be shared with third parties, whatever, don't close and something. I just took a screenshot of that, posted it, and said like, oh holy shit, I got fired, it's so over, and then basically pretended like I was getting fired. And then on the next day, on April Fool's, and actually also 2 days afterwards, we pretended like we went back to being a generic corpo account, saying we were going to do some spring cleaning, we're going to delete all the old posts. Lots of people caught on, but actually surprisingly, a lot of people also believe that this is actually what happened, because we actually posted a date for April Fool's, and they were like, oh guys, you posted for April Fool's, is this a joke or whatever? And it was a very successful campaign, and afterwards basically we got the jester's privilege to make fun of anything and everything.
I am partially shocked at just how they let it happen, because obviously, big brands like this, they want to kind of be professional and they don't want to take risk of like starting trouble with other companies or that kind of stuff. But it's just so different. Because it's not like with like I guess the shit posting and the memes, some companies do it, but they do it very, very rarely. A lot of them keep it professional, whereas you guys are full on just, I mean, scrolling through the most recent tweets, you made a tweet about Helldivers, one about is that LinkedIn? I think it is. I use Indeed. Is that Indeed? One of the two.
Yeah, it's LinkedIn.
Then you put like a beef with Microsoft Edge, and there's another one about Helldivers.
There's like 3 in a row about Helldivers. So really
yeah, there's a good few. And but you say you're invested that day. I mean, weren't you playing Helldivers right before we started recording?
Well, I was more invested that day because I did like 3 tweets almost about Helldivers. So yeah.
But you do actually enjoy the game, I think you were saying, right? Or...
Yes, I'm very much enjoying it. I think it's like I feel the same way as I think I felt when Fortnite came out, like when I was younger, obviously. Like exploring a new world with your friends, something. Like right now I'm definitely playing like with my friends every day. And it's just cool to get back into like a new game experience that's actually like unique, very novel kind of idea, and I'm just enjoying the hell out of it. The dive as well.
Just a quick question. So when you do tweet about like other brands or like corporations, do you ever get in trouble, or is it literally just?
Well, I guess some partnerships kind of fell through because of the tweets. That's for sure.
Oh, really?
Like, or at least like potential stuff that we might collaborate with other brands. But I feel like being the people's voice and actually trying to make light some events, for example, calling companies out for delivering an incomplete game, like COD, for example, being a great example. They have mistreated that franchise for years, especially basically like the yearly
how much it fell off,
slop of Call of Duty just being pumped out, and even going against companies like EA. Of course, it would probably be beneficial if we were like, hey, yeah, check out the new FIFA game. We want to promote it in the browser, but I think we have more integrity than that, and we are a browser actually made by gamers for games. Like our whole marketing team, also a small group of people, not huge evil shadowy board of investors. it is just a group of gamers that is programming this browser in Poland for you guys, and we are just think more real, and we definitely took some sacrifices with the stuff we said online, but it's stuff we believe in and we stand for.
Yeah, that is completely fair. Honestly, that is fair enough.
It's so funny to me because if I had Roman as a co-host this week, it actually would have been a lot more coincidental, because a few weeks back I had a creator called Speed Silver on the podcast who made their own UHC server. Essentially, I said I just put it bluntly, it's UHC. It's a UHC server made by a UHC player. Last week's podcast, before the one that came out before this one, Midweek MC, I had a creator on the owner of Global Speedrun Association, and essentially it's a company about speedrunning made by speedrunners. And now what's the line? What's the saying again? Exactly that you said? It's a what?
It's a browser for gamers made by gamers.
Exactly. It's so weird. This only ever happens on Midweek MC. I get like that saying, but it's true. I mean, and that's the ones that run the best. I mean, even the account is, Opera GX is very much. I don't know how to explain it, but Opera GX is so similar to the Twitter account. If that makes any sense at all, in the sense of like, you kind of shitpost, you're happy, you're funny, that kind of jazz, and then it reflects on the browser itself. So.
Yeah, I mean, some stuff was definitely shaped by social media as well. Like some of the features that we put into the browser recently.
What one specifically, if you can say?
So
we've got one.
The panic button feature, for example, that recently released for Opera GX. Not sure if you browser. No judgment here.
No, I don't. I'm very Google Chrome. I'm Google Chrome, and that's it. I've been thinking about it at one point, but right now I keep it so basic on my PC. I don't really use it for much other than Minecraft and editing. So. But what is it? Go on, and what's the panic button?
So basically a feature where you can always like browse daily stuff and then hit Alt Tab or Alt F4 or kick your PC till it stops working. Somebody barges in, right? But how about something that is a little bit more inconspicuous, which is just pressing F12, which is the panic button function in Opera GX, and opens up a new window. It mutes your old tabs basically, opens up a new window with some generic website that you can actually add as well. It's like chosen randomly from a list of generic websites, such as Wikipedia, could be, I think, like LinkedIn as well, or SS Sniper Wolf channel, very generic stuff.
That's okay.
No, that's actually in the feature. You can look it up. If you look into the feature description, it says that word for word.
Oh my god.
Yes, basically something very generic, so nobody suspects the thing that you have been doing steady browsing. They walk in, they do their stuff, they go out, and then you just hit F12, the window closes and unmutes your current tabs, and you can continue your browsing of watching Universal Move legally.
On Twitter. Jeez, that's cool. That's really cool.
That is a good idea. Yeah, that is just something that makes total sense.
What's
Yeah,
the
that
one
was
you
like
had in
a
mind?
socials inspired idea, essentially.
Oh, what I had in the plugin, I don't know if it was real because I definitely saw it on Twitter. The Markiplier one, where
Yes.
just anything you're watching, it just has Markiplier reacts to it in the top left.
So yeah, we are working on that, but I cannot disclose any details.
That's fair enough. Yeah, fair dues.
Other than the fact
Yeah,
that it's
upcoming-
actually real. Okay.
Or will be real at one.
Oh, it will be real. Like that's the main thing. I mean, I can't really talk like about upcoming features. I'm gonna like spoil too much.
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
But we are always working on some silly stuff and of course some useful stuff as well. Like working on features for the browser at the moment. Of course, we have like the development team. We work with them closely on sometimes developing fun features for the browser that are just fun oriented for our social. Some Easter eggs that may be discovered as well as partnerships. We love partnering with, for example, creators, give them their own backgrounds in the browser, and we also have a feature called AJX Mods. You can mod your whole browser, which can change stuff like the background music of your browsing. Yes, we have background music.
There's like a
Didn't
clicking one as well when you type. You can have like a clicking
Yes,
mode or
like
something,
clicking effects, right?
Yeah.
And you can set that to anything. So, if you want like the metal pipe falling on ground sound effect, you're very
Oh my
welcome to do
God.
that. Your ears won't thank you, but still pretty fun.
Be funny nonetheless.
A lot of creators we work with, we want to kind of have a close relationship with them and basically integrate them into the browser by giving them their own mods. For example, like their outro music being put in browser, their custom funny, silly little sound effects, and of course like a custom drawn wallpaper that we create for them.
I mean, OpenJS in general that is certainly an interesting browser. I think there's also like the thumbnail thing. There's like a thumbnail website. I know this isn't OpenJS. I'm just saying because like the link to Markiplier thing where you could like Mr. Beastify everything. Like every
Yeah.
single thumbnail you could just like slap Mr. Beast's face on it or something. There's like a
Oh my
bot that
God.
automatically did that. That's instantly my thought of when you said about the Markiplier thing, which is quite funny.
Yeah, this is the sort of stuff we would put into our browser. Honestly, I think we have one that replaces everything with the Chippy Chopper cat. We had that for awesome.
I might
Yeah,
honestly have to move to OperaJS. You're convincing me as the podcast goes on here.
Do you have any good feature ideas? Maybe like if you want anything added to the browser, maybe you could pull some strings.
Every time you load up the browser, the InsideMC podcast automatically plays and you can't stop it from playing. How does that sound? This podcast specifically is just constantly on loop as long as you're using the browser.
What if it plays on like multiple YouTube tabs at the same time? Like for every tab you open, it also opens one additional InsideMC YouTube link.
Only this podcast, and it's just
Of course.
only this podcast every single time. What could be a fun one? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. What's something I've always thought, oh, that could be quite cool. I mean, I this is so basic, but do you have like the ability to add like GIF backgrounds, like moving backgrounds?
You can add animated backgrounds.
Because you've already done that.
Already, of course. Come on, name a silly
What's that
feature we
ahead?
don't have already.
Have you got any in mind, Jack? You're putting me on the spot here. Oh God.
I'm getting questioned the whole time here. Come on, guys.
Yeah, but like you know about OperaJS. I haven't come into this podcast thinking, oh, I'm gonna get questioned as well.
Oh, I have my own questions prepared. Okay, so what's the dark truth behind the InsideMC podcast?
Before we move into that, what about can you customize your mouse?
That's
What?
being worked on. I can see that.
That's my silly feature. There we go. Where you can add like
You mean your cursor?
That's the one cursor, yeah. So you can make like Markiplier your cursor, or like the
Ooh,
Mr.
those
Beast
like
guy, your
real-time
cursor.
strategy games where your cursor turns to like a little gloved hand. Oh, that's just
Exactly.
or like a
Yeah,
little
there we go.
sword.
That's my
Like a little sword you can like poke stuff with. That's so cute.
I like the panic button idea. That's really cool. I know that I'd ever use it, but it is a funny idea.
I mean, did you know that OperaJX deletes your browser history 30 days after not using it and replaces it with a very generic one as well?
I've seen that. Yeah.
This is just
where it's
promotion
like-
now. I mean, it's just free promotion now. Did you know?
Did you know what that guys said? OperaJX.
So wait, so
Yeah,
what if you
well,
don't
let me
want
go
your
down the
browser
feature
deleted?
list.
What if you don't want it deleted though? Can you turn off the option?
Yes, of course. I like it's disabled by default. If you head into your
Oh, you have to add it.
search page, search history. If you head to your search history page for the first time, it's going to show up the option and you can disable it.
Yeah.
Or actually enable it. Sorry. Yeah. It's not being forced upon anybody. We are not going to get rid of your search history without you knowing.
Okay, I thought of a silly feature that I don't know if you'd be able to add it. Every time you move your mouse cursor up then down, it makes a boing noise. There we go.
Pretty good.
That's the best I got. If you make it make it jump, your cursor jump, it just goes boing, boing, boing. That's the best I got on the spot here. If I think of something, I'll DM it to you. How does that sound?
That sounds marvelous. Yeah. Just any new ideas, please, in my Twitter inbox. I need these silly features. I will claim ownership over them. Like as soon as they're in my inbox, they're kind of like copyright to me. But
do you mean your private inbox, yeah, or not the opportunity?
Just fax them over.
Wait, what Twitter DM? What Twitter inbox?
I mean, Twitter DMs are open. Like I read them.
I was saying which account? Your one, yeah.
Oh no, the main OperaJX account.
Well, you didn't read the podcast invitation on the main OperaJX account. Already hurt my feelings actually. I had to DM your private one to get you on. So
yeah. I mean,
you probably get a lot. I can imagine.
Yeah,
we get a lot. Kind of floored by that now. Now we usually try to answer as many as we can, but we're just being flooded by these sort of requests.
Yeah.
So yeah. Also, a lot of them just asking for like free stuff and PCs and so on. Anytime we give away any sort of keys, there's like a gajillion people just like, hey, can I get the Helldivers key, please?
Yeah.
Like why? Just enter or whatever. Because I think you guys sometimes do like giveaways though, or like public giveaways rather than just like DM me. Like just do it. You don't need a DM. You don't need to add to it, kind of thing.
This is one guy that actually has been wishing us good night for more than 1 year straight. In a unique way every time. Yes.
Have you ever replied to them?
They're pinned on the top of my DMs. I want to read that every night. Okay,
That's W. That is
beautiful.
That's cute. That's actually quite cute. How you actually, the fact that you not interact per se, but I mean, I guess you do interact with them. You do reply to it, but the fact that you have it pinned, like you said, and actually read it, because a lot of the brand accounts as well, you'll shoot them a DM or whatever, and they kind of they say they'd read it, but they don't. But I guess that kind of shows that you do actually look through it when you like it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I care about every user. You should definitely like and follow and share every post. I love you all equally.
This might sound like a bit of a sillier question, but I'm gonna ask it
All up for
anyways.
it.
There we go.
How much do you, other than like the ideas and stuff like that, I mean physically here, other than TikTok, other than Twitter, how much do you have an impact on the actual browser itself? Are you purely social media? Do you have interaction elsewhere? Rather, not just throwing ideas, that doesn't count because you've already discussed that, but anything else?
I'm planning the Gamescom presence for this year. So I don't know if you guys know of Gamescom. It's like a German gaming convention.
I've heard of it,
I've heard of it, yes, yeah.
Yeah, so for example, as the only German guy in the team, I am responsible to plan that.
Where is that going to be?
Always in Cologne, in Germany.
Okay. So I'm going
yes,
to
sir.
Berlin in at the end of April for a week.
Ooh, that's nice.
Going for my birthday.
I have never been to Germany. Quite a shame, but
I went back in
Also-
2018. I loved it. So I'm taking my my girlfriend there for my birthday, which
fair enough.
I feel like it's really dependent on kind of where you go.
yeah. I mean that's the same with everywhere though. I mean like England up north sucks, but down south.
It does, yeah. It
Oh,
does,
you're gonna
I will-
fight me on that. Okay, fair
I
enough.
will agree. Yeah, no, you're not. No, you're not wrong.
Even
License
London
for that
sucks.
criticism.
Well,
No,
London
I
sucks
have
as
to
well,
agree.
so even though that's down south. I mean,
Yeah.
South England is really nice.
Yeah, in most parts.
But yeah, so other than the gaming convention, I mean the actual browser though, like do you do anything on the browser specifically, or is that kind of down to another team of people?
I mean, yeah, it's like a whole team of people. I'm not actively developing the browser. Just largely confined to kind of social media, as well as marketing campaigns, of course. So I am in the marketing team. And under the marketing team, basically, there's the social media division of just a few folks that specialize on social media. Aside from that, of course, we have the influencer team as well, which is also a small group, like very talented people that scout out all the cool creators to sponsor, to throw them some Raid Shadow Legends money to keep making the cool content. And, product team, legal team, as you would expect from any other company, a bunch of other departments handling a bunch of other important things.
Because that's what I was gonna say as well, actually. Because you reminded me of a question I was gonna ask. Is kind of linking back to the collabing and the sponsorships and things. When I invited you on, my pitch was essentially like, this isn't a sponsored opportunity, but because you've worked with Minecraft creators, I feel like it could be cool to have you on the podcast. And it's true. Like I rarely ever get ads on YouTube. I mean, I get ads on YouTube, but they're so generic, the generic ones. But then earlier this year, I started getting Minecraft creator ads. I got CPK quite a lot, which I think is out of the rotation now. And I started getting Tommy Innit ones. So you've collabed with, like you say, we're kind of linking back again there when you said about it's ruined some chances. I mean, you've still been able to get content creators to do ads promoting the browser. And I think a lot of these creators do genuinely use the browser as well. It's not just a case of promoting and like, oh, I'm going to go back to my whatever browser. They actually use OperaJX.
Yeah, there's some like very cool creators that we sponsor. Of course, the relationship always differs. Like with some creators that are very detached from it, no judgment on them, right? I mean, if I was an influencer, I probably wouldn't like care too much about my sponsor, either way. But there's some creators that are like really involved with the sponsorship process that make very nice custom animations even for their sponsorships. Like Pyrocynical did a pretty cool animated one, and we got the Russian Badger putting in a lot of effort for his ads. And there's certain creators we definitely work closer with. And then there's some that are like very detached from the whole thing, that just do a very generic ad read, try to hide it as much, and as soon as the kind of contract runs out, they remove the section from the video to make it fully ad free. Which no harm in that, but basically it very much differs on kind of how big the partnership and how in depth it is.
That's fair. But you don't really play any part in that. You just know about it.
Nah, that'd be too much on my end.
So
already I'm very busy scrolling Twitter 4 hours a day.
defining what the shit post about or who to hurl abuse at.
Yeah.
Basically, I mean, like, it's not that much. I mean, definitely, like, a lot of research goes into it and finding the right type of content. If you want, I can put a post right now to actually prove my identity, you guys.
I mean, I trust you, but go on, what are you going to tweet right now, then?
Give me a minute. I need to find the right picture.
Hold on, wait, I think
I'm a fraud, no!
Wait, let me see if I have something that you could post.
Everything made up? Oh, yeah, send me some memes.
Oh god, put me on a spot here. Have you posted the one of, like, the Taylor Swift's boyfriend shouting at the coach?
Get that template from Mimetic or something?
Nah, I just have it on my phone. Hold up, wait. Do you post about movies ever?
Not really.
Because
I am not known to.
I was gonna say you could do something like post like something like this, but then also actually no, that's an edited picture that somebody's made, so I don't really want to post that. Oh god, I'm trying to scroll through my phone to see if I have just anything screenshotted that I think is funny. I have a really crappy drawing I did, but then that's also something I've used on the podcast so people know it's me who's done that. I actually have nothing. Do you have anything, Jack?
I just have a lot of like cat photos.
Wait, hold on.
But again, I'm just taken from other things.
You might not post this, but I'll send you an image that I got. It's got my hand in it as well, which is great. So
oh my god, hand reveal.
Whoa. No way.
Can you do feet?
More about that. Would you post that image or no?
Let me take a peek.
Probably
Pringles, Minecraft, suspicious too. I wouldn't know which one to distrust less, to be honest.
They're both actually really nice. Actually, no, the
it
Minecraft
says
one's gonna
naturally and artificially flavored in the Minecraft text. That's kind of
they're
kind
real,
of
by
gruesome.
the way. Like they are real, like crisps.
I mean, yeah, Pringles is fucked up with their like flavors right now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Ever since they changed that messed up like simplistic like simple logo, it's been going downhill with the Pringles flavors.
I don't have anything. I mean, I have a lot of meme edits of myself which I've had made, but nothing like specifically that you could post.
I just posted. I just posted. I'm doing multitasking here.
Wait, you just posted now or?
Yeah.
Let's say.
Wait, you did?
Everything I say is actually pre-recorded here in this call, and I'm actually just like working right
25. Now. Wait, so what did you just post then? Go on.
Has 25 YouTube tabs open 21 seconds ago.
No way. The real Opera GX Twitter boy. Who would have thought it?
Like and retweet, guys. What a spot.
That's a good picture.
Get in there. I'll respond.
You should have posted Jack Cass's dog. Would have been Jack Castle on the Opera GX account. Who would have thought?
Nah, don't worry about it.
Okay, there we go. I mean, I don't know why we've done that. That was a whole segment now of just proving your identity. Even I believed it was you. But and again, there was a reply to the Twitter account saying I can't believe this is real. So at least now we can turn around and be like, yeah. As well as the fact that I have the Twitter DMs of you adding me on Discord. So we do have that.
Probably doesn't help your case that this is gonna come out like what 4 days after this tweet was made. But
no, it's coming out 7 days. 7 days after.
Oh my goodness.
But you also did say 23 seconds ago. So unless you just have notifications on, you could just be a big fan of Opera GX and actually lying.
I'm a huge Opera GX fan. I watch all their tweets. I'm just making this like up what I'm saying to you right now. So
exactly.
I got no clue. It's probably just a huge marketing team behind it, for all I know.
Yeah. Let's talk to AI right now. Like,
oh no, I've lost track of my questions now. More Opera GX questions. What can I ask you? Because we've just been waffling away. So so normally I have notes, but I thought for this one I don't actually have notes. I should have write notes of what we could talk about.
I have the ability to kind of derail any interview and podcast that's being done to me. So
that is a good trait to have. Exactly. That is a very good trait.
To be fair, that's not a bad thing because we are just waffling away. It makes for just a fun little chat between the three of us. I mean, I'm enjoying this anyways.
Bonus footage, some bloopers.
Yeah, I'm not going out of my limbs. Trust me. I mean, I do the edit. I do that, and then that's it. I mean, podcast clips, Jokana. Hopefully, you're having a field day with getting podcast clips here, but we'll see. Do you have any questions, Jack, that you could ask?
Probably not anything I've already asked already. It's just logistically, like we've pretty much heard everything that we need to hear. How it actually works, how creative you can be, how it started.
So logistically, it's all on a hard drive.
Yeah.
Do you plan on leaving anytime soon? Giving the job to somebody else?
No, not really. It's kind of defined who I am right now. So
yeah, fair enough.
Okay,
I'm not leaving this. This is my life now, basically. Yeah, it's gonna be my heritage. 10 years at this browser company. Yeah,
just a bit of fun. isn't it? It's just a bit of fun.
This
You
is
never run out of jokes about a gaming browser. You know, there's always new stuff to joke about.
Yeah.
Then again, I mean, things are popping up every single day. Like, I think,
Yeah.
like, just a scroll, like, literally, if I go on Twitter right now, that's actually one thing I was going to say, because just Twitch just popped up on my, or I refresh it, is TwitchCon tickets at the time of recording, they still haven't come out. I was meant to say it earlier. I'm a bit delayed, like 30 minutes, but still.
Oh yeah, I bet they haven't come out. Wink, wink.
But I mean, maybe you have them, but I mean, they haven't come out publicly as far as I'm aware at the time of recording this, right?
Yeah.
Am I missing something? Yeah.
They haven't.
Okay.
No, I was just insinuating that this is all like pre-recorded.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
Yeah,
but-
Oh, yeah.
we got this.
But it is pre-recorded.
As of
technically.
filming, it's not out. They're not out as of filming.
Wink,
But they are out
wink.
this month. When's this going out?
This is going out next month. This is going out on the. Oh no.
Okay,
it's
so
going
they
out
will be on
28th.
sale. They will be on sale by the time this comes out.
Well,
because
hopefully.
they
I
are
mean, this is
going
going out on the 28th. So.
They'll go on sale this month. That's been confirmed. It's this month.
Fair enough. I just there we go. A little bit of scrolling. I found a Dexoto tweet. Mr. Beast missed his 12-year YouTube anniversary by 30 seconds.
Gosh darn it.
There we go.
Oh well. Yeah.
Even just little things like that, there's always something to kind of find to tweet about or quote tweet or whatever. You just have to
that's-
scroll long enough, which is literally your job.
That's huge news. I mean, like, yeah, it's definitely like a lot of scrolling on kind of all platforms right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, definitely takes a lot of research to kind of see what kind of trends are going on right now, what topic to talk about. We, of course, try to use our socials responsibly. Like, we won't go, for example, touch certain topics. We don't go in politics in any sort of way. We try not to tear people down unfairly, stuff like that. You know, if there's somebody like talking shit, of course, you can make a tweet, kind of make fun or light of the situation, which I think there's like no real harm in that if it's, you know, public people. Aside from that, yeah, it's also a lot of ideation, as with any creative position. Some days you will just have an endless flood of like funny stuff to post. You know, maybe like, oh yeah, I got memes for weeks to kind of go off of. And on other days, you're just sitting in front of your screen, thinking to yourself, why was I hired for this, man? I can't come up with a joke for shit, dude.
Yeah.
It'd be like that. I guess just then, before we move on to Twitter questions, because we haven't touched on it much, and the fact that you are also the TikTok boy, we just haven't really talked about. The TikTok, I mean, is also doing pretty well, but it also includes you physically rather than, you know, because I'd like to assume that some of the tweets are probably scheduled as well. I can't imagine you just always. I feel like some of them have to.
None of them are.
Really?
Wow.
Oh, so they are literally just. I feel like shit
I'd have put
posting. and
money
doing
on
it.
them being scheduled. Oh my goodness.
Really? Like, they never come out at any, like on the dot hour.
Yeah, but
you
I
know?
thought that
Yeah.
was on. I thought that was on purpose. I thought sometimes you'd schedule for something for like 4:16 or like 3:58. I don't know. Just it just matches the vibe of Opera GX.
Do you find there's an optimal time for tweets, or
Sorry?
just literally whatever?
Optimal time.
Is it best time to tweet something just so we can
Best
get it,
time?
doesn't
I mean,
really
usually around now. I think like 10 p.m. my time, so like 9 for you
Okay.
would be best. I think, tweet,
Okay.
because this is like when the US is awakening, when the EU people are kind of settling down in the night, kind of scrolling Twitter, doom
Yeah.
scrolling in their beds. So this is probably like a good time to post.
Yeah.
On Twitter, it's kind of like around that sort of hour, I reckon. On TikTok, basically doesn't matter really. You can post during almost any hour except like the deep night, I'd say. So any time from like 12, 20 should work.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, so sorry, what I was going into there as well with the TikTok, like you actually have to record TikToks of. You don't have to, but I mean, like 3 hours ago you posted the 2 days until oil video.
Yeah.
Like before that you posted like pictures of yourself. Like sometimes you've done TikToks of like yourself that aren't videos, they aren't pictures, sorry, they are videos. Like is that a little bit harder to kind of maintain because you can't just post about any? Well, I guess you can, but you can't post like a shit post image like you just did there on Twitter. You actually had to kind of figure out something for a video aspect, or like pictures, video. Is it a bit harder or no?
I guess both platforms are about the same. So when it comes to Twitter, because Twitter is very picky about content, you really have to make sure that copy is just right, the image is just right, so people actually like it and will actually engage with the tweet. And just make sure to engage with the people under the tweet as well. But since Twitter is a very toxic platform, there's a lot of ways to mess it up, and you really got to be careful. And due to the unreliance of the new algorithm, sometimes you just got to shoot a few blinds or just a few shots in the dark, essentially, when it comes to content, and just see which one sticks and delete the other ones that don't do well that day. Right now, at least I aspire to at least go over like 20k in likes per day. I think it's kind of the staple I've set myself for Twitter. When it comes to TikTok, however, the type of content I wouldn't say is like much harder to make, because TikTok users find a lot more broader stuff funny, and you don't actually have to have like a knockout banger every time. They will sometimes just throw the simple content, but it's a lot more technical. For example, where you have to pay attention to formatting of it, the way you engage it, which words you use, because there are a lot of word filters on TikTok that will just straight up nuke your post if if your words in some sort of combination mean something that TikTok doesn't like, swear words, whatever, as well as kind of finding any trend to kind of participate in, which just I think requires about the same amount of research than I also do on Twitter.
You know what goes so hard? An Opera GX U2s.
You know, the sale of our Aura U2s just concluded like last week.
No, I mean, I know, yeah.
I think it already exists.
Yeah, no, but that's a plush. Did you actually? No, but I mean that's Aura.
Like a
I mean,
vinyl.
no, but I mean, sorry, your actual like TikTok one. Sorry, I should have been more specific there. So
Hell
I
yeah.
just concluded. Like, imagine
I
the
am
mask
so up
and
for
you into a U2s, or do you know what could be a cool tweet? I don't know if you could probably shut this down instantly because you know more than I do, obviously. If you made like a version of your TikTok, like Opera GX, I guess, into a VTuber, I was like, oh, new Opera GX VTuber just dropped. That could be on the browser. There we go. There's your browser idea. And
There we go.
Opera GX VTuber that you can enable through the browser and use, I guess. I don't know.
Doesn't that
I'd honestly be up
exist?
for it, but I don't know if I'd be a good VTuber. Like, I've always had problems with streaming and saying stuff live since
No, but I mean,
can't really focus well.
does it
so
exist?
I always what?
Jack said
VTuber? I think it exists.
So we have Aura as our VTuber currently.
no.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
like your version.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Nah, it doesn't exist now.
No, that needs to exist. I think with the mask, that'd go so hard. I mean, obviously
I mean,
the
the
other one's
mask-
really cool as well. Yeah, like
The mask just got started like 2 weeks ago. Like that's when we premiered the first video with the mask, actually.
yeah.
And,
Now turn it into a VTuber or U2s. There we go.
I need a bit more time to establish itself as an actual like icon of Opera GX, just like social media. It's just like, oh, person with mask. Like, because if it's just happened, then it'd be quite risky to like make merchandise or
I
make
guess,
something
yeah.
of something that's just started.
That's fair.
But later down the
I
line, yeah.
Definitely have some experience with like doing the YouTube stuff, so I'd be very open to it. It's just kind of, I think you have to build the persona a little bit more for it to actually sell to people, because I
Yes.
think people overestimate of like how large the impact of the persona actually is. There's definitely some people who like it. You know, we do get a lot of impressions on TikTok, especially right now. We just crossed 1.9 million followers, hopefully to
Let's
be
go.
2 million soon, of course. Yeah, I mean, I'd be open to it. Would definitely go hard. I will notify them as soon as I feel like the right moment has been reached.
Yeah.
And I'll look
That's
into VTubing.
What about you?
Is there anything in specific that you thought we were going to talk about this podcast that we just haven't brought up that you was waiting for, or have we pretty much covered, I guess, every aspect of things?
I think you guys didn't even ask me what games I play. Horrendous.
That was definitely one of the Twitter questions, I think.
That's
But
a
yeah,
Twitter question, yeah.
Oh yeah.
is it?
Oh
Well,
yeah,
well,
of course we can move on to the Twitter question.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Okay, right. So we already answered that one. Do you have one, Jack? I'll have a scroll through the Twitter questions and just pick up one or two, and then we'll ask.
Yeah, I got you. Hold on. Give me a second.
Right, while you find one, then I've got one here from Nurse Guy. There's actually quite a few. We're gonna ask quite a few because we've got time for it. First one comes from Nurse Guy asking, what kind of advice would you give to other Twitter accounts? I know you don't like to reveal your secrets unless you're getting paid lots of money, but your basic generic secrets. There we go.
Okay, so listen to me real close. Okay, so some real insights here. Just lean in close, into your headsets. Don't make a Twitter account. It's a terrible platform. Please leave. Use Blue Sky. Use any other platform. Do not give this Elon guy any money. He's a terrible person. Only bots. So much racism. Oh my God! Leave the platform, please. Delete the account. Get out while you still can, please.
So your advice is don't buy Twitter Blue.
Well, if you want to get impressions, sure, buy Twitter Blue. Yeah, give Elon the $8. He needs them. He is hungry.
He's definitely just not a multi-billionaire, yeah.
Nah. He needs it to keep the lights on of his small indie corporation.
Yeah. MJ's here says,
the next
what
one.
can one do? What can one do to get your job? Asking for tips and advice, or how you just started. How would you advise someone else looking for something similar?
Defeat me in single-hand combat. That's how I got the position, actually. And this is kind of how it's being handed down, basically, from like social media manager to social media manager. And Twitter boy is like my wrestling name.
Yeah.
Will you ever go on WWE, or have you got bigger
Um,
goals like UFC?
Mostly just like in like back alleys and stuff. Like my moves are considered to be like too illegal, so I don't want to go into like official stuff. I could hurt someone.
That's
Yeah.
fair. I guess we would have found out this answer before by the time the podcast comes out, but we'll ask anyways. Fancy Fled, are you actually oiling up?
It's gonna be recorded on Friday.
Oh no!
No further
Oh god!
Will it come out by the time this podcast comes out? This comes out next Wednesday. So
Next Wednesday, yeah, definitely will be out by then.
if you're here right now, you can go and see the Opera GX Twitter admin and TikTok admin oiled up.
If it's not out by then, I either have died or been fired.
Or both.
Maybe there was an oiling accident, who knows? But like, should be Friday.
Oh
I'm
my
confused.
goodness.
Why is someone replied inside Minecraft podcast? I thought we had something going on. What does that mean? What do you mean by that? I'm so confused. I don't even follow the account.
So what-
I've not read these. I actually did not read these just so I can be surprised in this podcast myself.
Yeah, do you have another one here, Jack?
I guess I could read another one that isn't. Oh, Adahund asks, what was your favorite profile picture?
Ooh, of course, man, kissing.
Let's go.
Can't really. I mean, we have some nice ones. So we actually had the Bahai one, where we did
Bahai,
the IKEA shark one.
Yep.
That was suggested by Foxy Heaven, I think, was it? Is a VTuber that replies in our comments frequently, so I just thought, like,
Yes.
they've been asking for it to be our Twitter background for a while now, so I used their sharks in our wallpaper or logo. We also had Uni. I don't know if you know that cat from Twitter.
Uni?
No?
What?
Unico
No.
Uni.
I only know Grumpy Cat, I'm sorry.
Wow, that is outdated. You need to update your meme cat.
I need to update my browser as well.
It's this cat. I just sent you a GIF. That's this majestic creature.
I feel like I've seen so many like cat emotes.
Oh yeah,
I've
yeah,
never
that
seen
one. Yeah,
them.
yeah.
I'm
I
so
forgot its
sorry.
name,
Yeah, I'm a bit of a like friends with the owner, so I definitely had to use that cat in our logo as well, and lots of people liked it. We also tend to hide stuff in our profile picture, so for a long time we've had Freddy Fazbear in it at like 2% opacity, so if you turn the brightness all the way up, you would see him. We've had some references to Geometry Dash, so we had the lobotomy face in it for past month, I think.
We have stopped messing with our logo right now.
Yes, that is the current one. That is being hidden in the background because lots of people actually posted it on TikTok, which was pretty fun. The kind of lobotomy sound effect from the Geometry Dash.
I have, I guess, one more question here then, and then you can ask Golden's one, Jack. That relates more to you than it does to me.
Oh, hold on.
Actually, you know what? Oh, look, we've suddenly got a question from Insane we Oh my goodness, what the heck? We got an Insane Orbits for a question.
Who's that fraud?
What other games do you play? Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. So I play like Helldivers.
Well, of course you do.
Divers, Helldivers.
Anything else?
Some Helldivers sometimes.
Have you
That's
played-
me right now. I don't
what
know if
about
that's
Sub-
me in 1 week when the podcast comes out still, but right now I'm definitely hyping up that game.
What about what's it called? Fanatic? No, I've said that wrong. There's something to do with submarine game. It's called
Oh yeah.
Subnautica, is it?
Subnautica. That's been out for years,
Subnautica.
dude.
Yeah, do you play that? Well, I mean, you clearly like Helldiver and it's dive sub, that kind of idea.
You cannot dive in Helldivers.
Wow, so it's a fraud game.
Basic, just for fun. So, I did play Subnautica actually, pretty cool game. I was a big fan. I didn't
Yeah,
buy
I
the
played
second one
that,
though. I kind of stopped playing that sort of genre. I like Hades. I like Minecraft, Battlefield, Enter the Gungeon, one of the peak roguelikes. Really great game. Disco Elysium is something that holds a special place in my heart.
Good game, to be fair.
Yeah, I think that's about it. Like that's all the recent games I played
You
through. I
dabbled
think.
in Geometry Dash still?
I mean, Geometry Dash used to, not really like too big on it now, but I've seen the resurgence of memes, so I just had to pay homage.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I've never really was a Geometry Dash person, but then I've got friends, like creative friends who do a lot of Geometry Dash now because it's like the new update. So I've actually like for the first time played the actual old levels. I've got to like an insane one, and that's about it.
You
it
were
is quite
screen
hard.
sharing before
I
we
was,
joined
yeah.
Discord.
But more
Yes,
on the
it's
Minecraft,
cool.
sorry, more on the Minecraft side. Is it just like single player worlds or online servers, or is it just whatever you fancy at the time?
Just the kind of like 2-week Minecraft period where all the friends hop on a server that we've built and then abandon it
Yeah.
within 2 weeks. This sort of behavior, basically.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
I do like VR games. Well, like I'm pretty good at Beat Saber, I'd say, and I also love Half-Life, the VR title of the Half-Life franchise.
Yeah, so it is. Yeah.
Played any horror games?
Not really. I mean, I do like horror movies, but not too big on horror games.
I'm not
Gaming is
allowed to
gaming
watch
and
horror
watching is
movies in
watching.
my house.
Really?
That's actually a fact. My parents, it's just their wishes. They've said that I'm not allowed. I can watch horror movies in the cinema. I can go to a friend's house to watch it, but they said that I'm not allowed to watch horror movies while in the house. Which I guess
How
is
much-
just,
Fair enough.
my mum
How
is
much
like,
clicking?
oh yeah, no, you go. I didn't have anything else to follow there actually.
I mean, I always grew up with like Resident Evil. It's like obviously the like resurgence of like FNAF, and that was the very first like ever a thing. So
No,
I
like
have grown up
them kind of things
with,
is fine.
like, horror games.
Like,
yeah.
but even like movie wise, I guess. So, like I'm allowed to play horror games. I'm allowed to do that.
Movie wise is a lot different because it can be a lot more like gruesome because you can like fake a lot more things in film than in like games because games
Yeah.
you have to physically
I
make.
don't know. Have you seen Scorn?
Well, yeah, there is that. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of some exceptions to it. Yeah.
I'm allowed to watch like basic horror movies, but not like horror. Like I'm not allowed to watch Saw. I'm not allowed to watch like all that kind of stuff. But I'm allowed to watch like minimal horror that kind of isn't really branded as horror. I guess that makes sense.
Like the FNAF movie.
Yeah, like I would have been allowed to watch that. Yeah.
Great film, by the way. Great film.
Yeah, it was very good.
Mainly because Corey Kenshin was in it, and I love Corey Kenshin.
I see Josh Hutcherson was in it, and I love
George Hutcherson, hell yeah.
Can you blow my whistle?
No, stop. That was no.
That was the craziest trend of all time.
Yeah, it came from nowhere. Well, it came obviously from like Josh Hutcherson being a FNAF film, but then did that video pre-exist or?
You should hide Josh Hutcherson in your next profile picture.
I think we hit him for a while when it
Oh,
was
you've already
trending.
done it? Oh my god.
Ooh, pitch something new.
I feel like Opera GX could literally just like do an old meme and get away with it. Like you could do like a fun like Facebook meme from 2013 and post it and then
That's what I mean.
do that.
I think there has been like a resurgence of like old memes just coming back. It's like, oh, that was funny at one point. point.
It's just like to mock it, essentially, isn't it, really? It's not like
Yeah,
we
yeah,
actually
yeah,
think this is
definitely,
funny. We think it's
yeah.
funny to be funny, kind of thing.
It's funny in a different context now.
Yeah, exactly. So not because the meme is good, it's just funny to repost it.
Yeah.
What was you going to say, by the way, if you can remember, it's a boy, before we started waffling about horror movies?
Oh God, what were we talking about?
But no, you just had something to. I thought you was going to add something, but I accidentally cut
Oh
you off.
yeah. You said you weren't allowed to watch horror movies, but you said you like playing horror games. So it was just like, how much input from like a controller would it require for it to be called a horror game instead of a horror movie?
What do you mean?
You know, like at what point does a horror movie become a horror video game and then be permissible in your house? Like, how many buttons do you have to press while watching the movie for it to become a game?
All I know is just that's too confusing for me. All I know is I'm not allowed to watch horror movies, but I can play horror games. That's it. It's just weird. I don't know.
Then what's the logic behind that? It's just like if it's both the same genre, it's just one you press buttons.
I don't know. I just respect my parents' wishes. I mean, and even then, to be fair, like I don't really play horror games anyways. Like I turn around and say, because I used to be a big Dead by Daylight fan.
Ooh, nice.
So that was, I guess, if you could, that's the borderline horror of like it's not really scary in a sense, or not really gruesome, but it's still a horror game nonetheless, and I was allowed to play that kind of thing.
It's like Lethal Company is a horror game. It's not that scary. It's a great game to play with friends. It can be scary, but like
that I'd be allowed to
so
play.
many mods for it as well. It is just funny most of the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the simplistic horror movies I can watch, and the simplistic horror games I play, but I wouldn't like was it Outlaw? No, Outcast. I said the name right? I'm saying it's one of the something.
Right.
The horror game Out something. It's the zombies in the prison.
Outlast.
Got there in the end. Yeah, that like I probably
Left
wouldn't be
4
allowed to play. But yeah, like zombie games I can play, like Left 4 Dead and stuff I can play, but I wouldn't be allowed to play Outcast. Weird.
So what's the reason behind the not being allowed to watch the horror movie?
So I think my mum is like not very into it, but she's very like and it's to the point where in the last week or so everything I seem to be saying is just happening. She's very much into that kind of stuff, like all that kind of stuff. So I think it's just a case of do you know when like people say, oh, if you say something you'll bring it upon yourself or something. If you be negative, everything will be negative. If you be positive, everything will be positive. Like she's very much into that kind of stuff, which and it's paid off quite well for the family. Yeah, like karma, good karma, bad karma. It's just, I don't know, with the horror movies I guess she links it to like watching it, and then I mean
Wouldn't
it's
it be
not
good karma to pay the people that made a horror movie by purchasing their movie and watching it in your home. Wouldn't that be good karma? I'm just saying, challenge the ideology here.
but I'm allowed to go to the cinema, so I'd give the good karma by watching it in the cinema.
So just no Netflix.
No Netflix, but then it's fine. I can just go and log into my Netflix account in somebody else's house and watch it there.
What if you had a projector inside your house and would project the horror movie on top of like your front lawn or something, like off your property? Would that be fine?
I think it's still but it's connected to the house. If I probably did it onto
Anything
the road,
within 500 yards of the house is strictly prohibited. Like,
I reckon if I projected it onto the road or like into somebody's car,
Yes, that's what I meant,
I could
yeah.
probably do that. Yeah, I bet if
Like
it's
on the road.
yeah, I guess technically, yeah. But then no, actually no, because the horror movie is still playing from inside my house.
Well, this is I think a thing about projectors, because the image originates there, but you know, if you were watching like cinema, the movie would originate
In the cinema, though.
also from like an entirely different place. So if you bought a CD, the original picture where it was made also originates from a totally different place. So maybe you could watch CDs at your home.
But this podcast, for instance, is going on YouTube. It originates from my house because I'm recording it in my house. Even though you're in a different location, it still originates from there.
Does it also affect my house because I'm in my house right now?
Technically, yeah, because you're also recording from your house. But then it's also being recorded onto my PC. You're just here talking, not on your PC.
If you really want to spite your mom, just buy an
I don't want to
get
spite my mom.
Netflix, and perpetually watch like horror movies on it, but like on quiet. Just keep you know, I don't know, like a quiet place running basically, and put it underneath her bed.
A quiet
and
place
then like
horror
after a
movie,
month or so, you can say like, I've watched this movie, like a horror movie has been blasting under your bed for months now, and nothing has happened.
I mean, no, it's just, I mean, the thing is, it's a case of like, it's not, okay, when I say I'm not allowed, like I am allowed, I could easily get away with it. She'd just rather I don't. There we go. That's probably better wording. She'd rather I don't do it, so I respect her wishes. But if I wanted to like go onto Netflix now and watch horror movie, not that they really interest me anyway, I could. But her wishes are that I don't. There we go.
I'm just finding like creative ways to like go around the predicament that you find yourself in.
But I don't want to spite my mom. That's just.
Of course, not spite it, but like imagine if something actually bad happens and you're like, oh shit, maybe I should have listened.
Yeah, exactly. But what's the point of running that risk when I can just
Fair.
avoid it entirely? Exactly.
anyway,
Oh, you know, we can watch a horror
That
movie
was a
while inside
turn.
TwitchCon. We can meet up at TwitchCon and watch a horror movie
Oh,
together.
God.
There we go. And we can spite TwitchCon.
project on the wall.
But then you gotta swap clothes because otherwise you're gonna bring the karma home.
Exactly. Yeah. I'll just wear like crappy clothes and then just bin them at TwitchCon. I'll give them them away.
Yeah,
Probably
that's
not
how
give
it
them
was.
away. Actually, I'll just throw them in the bin. Yeah, that's a bit weird.
Oh,
I think.
man.
Unless you want them. I mean, you can have them.
I'm watching I'm watching so many bad horror, like so many like the worst horror movies of all time in like some like a pair of clothes, and I wash them and then I give them to my worst enemy, and they're gonna be like, thanks, I guess.
No, we don't wash
and then
them.
they
We
get
don't
all
wash
the
them,
bad karma off my clothes.
But no, if you wash them, then it gets rid of the karma. So now you have to get them unwashed.
It's gonna be weird then, because like if I give them the dirty clothes, they're just gonna wash. And if I tell them they're washed, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, I can put them on, right? I'm not gonna wash them again. Nobody does that, right? But they're gonna be stinky from all the horror sweat.
But that's their own
I don't
fault
know.
for taking your
That's
dirty,
not
stinky
great.
clothes. Okay, why is this conversation happen?
I was about to say, what? this is a distraction. Anyways.
Twitter boy for you here. There we go. This sums up your entire personality quite perfectly there.
I told you I can derail it.
I mean, I let it happen. I could have easily stopped that ages ago. I could have easily shut that down, but no, because I like talking. Believe it or not, I'm a big talker.
Could have you potentially? How are you doing that?
Okay, this topic is over.
How would you have shut it down? Yeah, explain it in detail.
All right. Okay. When you went, do you know how to? I don't know. This is really spite your mum. Be like, all right, that's enough. There we go.
Yeah. You got a license for that derailment.
All right, that's enough. We're not going to talk about spiting my mom. Anyways, another Twitter question. Bang, see? There you go. That easy. But no, I didn't. I could have done that ages ago. Anyways, now that I'm doing it, Jack, do you have the last Twitter question, or is there any point asking it now, or is it so outdated?
It's gone.
It's gone. There's no point asking
Oh
anymore.
my God.
So yeah, I guess that's it. I guess that's the podcast. Oh my goodness, no way.
Brilliant.
I mean, if any, I guess it's also a case of like, I don't know, if Opera JX do anything amazing or anything big happens, you can always come back on as well, and we can talk more about Opera. Like if you get a promotion and become like the owner of Opera JX, that'd be quite fun.
If AJX becomes the biggest account on Twitter and just like outright bigger than Elon, just it takes over the platform. It's just like
Mr. Beast sponsors it.
If Elon keeps running it into the ground, I think at some point we could buy it.
Oh my goodness. No way.
I mean, estimated value I think went down to like 14 billion from the 44 billion that he bought it for, which was already kind of overpaying, sure. So if it approaches like lower sum, at some point, no.
yeah.
You could buy it.
I could buy by my own accord, yeah.
I one final question to see off the podcast here. I
Hell
guess. Once again, it's probably a bit of a silly, obvious answer, but I'm asking anyways. Are you earning enough to be fully employed by like Twitter, by Twitter, by Opera JX, like comfortably?
Oh yeah, sure. Like we get normal wages. I even moved to Poland for the job. So initially I was living in Germany, and now I live in Poland. Moved here just for the job, so I could be close to the office, and a great decision. It's been about a year
Did
now.
they pay for you to move, or did you pay? Was that out of your own funds?
Yeah, they helped. They helped fund that,
Wow.
and generally like to integrate me. They're a great company. No complaints here. I
Jeez,
am
okay.
not being forced with a gun to my head right now. That is not what is happening. Don't even like try to insinuate.
Right. I guess that brings the end of midweek MC then, ending on such a great note there. What a lovely podcast where we spend about 20 minutes talking about horror movies and spying parents and shit like that. Jack, massive. Actually, before I do that, Twitter boy, there we go.
Hell yeah.
I like to always do the outro here for you to kind of promote whatever you like. I mean, I know this isn't a sponsorship opportunity, but because we are talking about Opera GX, I'm obviously going to give you the floor to kind of do that. What would you have, I guess, a minute or so here to promote anything you like, yourself, your own Twitter, Opera GX, anything along those lines. Just don't get too like, don't take too much advantage of it. There you go.
So I got this like small alt account that I like to post on. It's called AJX Official. I would love if you guys would support me there. I make daily content on TikTok as well, trying to grow my platform currently. Like and share, subscribe. That would be very much appreciated. Thank you so much for listening.
No worries, and that's what we do here. We help out smaller accounts.
Thank you.
No worries.
Massive. Let's go.
Jack, thank you so much for subbing in last minute. You've done an
My
amazing
pleasure,
job.
mate. That was awesome.
It was great having you here. Sorry, you've experienced a podcast firsthand here of how sometimes it can literally just become a very conversation.
I've been on, yeah. That's what we did. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so you have experience in it. But thank you so much for subbing in and helping out. It's been
All
great, and
good.
obviously you
All
played a good
good.
part here. And thank you, Opera GX Twitter, TikTok admin, for coming on. Soon to be oiled up if you must.
I mean, that's a way to end it. Fucking hell. Oh my god.
Thank you all for watching. Stay safe. Don't need too much, Fred. Pieces.
Bye.